It's the thing to do.
Griff, if you would, just give me some background on your, as a youth, how you come into this as well.
As a youth? That's difficult. I'm the seventh son of 13 children. I'm number 12. So yeah, I got the hand-me-down son for real. But my father's a Blackfoot Native American, and trying to understand that plight parallel with the black man and woman's plight in America, I'm just kind of catching it, hearing stories from older brothers, but not doing some of the things that they do. So one of my older brothers brought me in to the Nation of Islam kind of early, 13, 14 years old. We say in the first resurrection. And I think that prevented me from kind of doing all the other things that were out there. Plus my mom put me in the cadets and the Boy Scouts and all of that corny stuff that half the audience was in. So there was nothing really kind of different about that until I think I started understanding the world, having to step outside of Roosevelt. And especially me and him got robbed on Jamaica Avenue in Queens. So yeah, so just that kind of experience. And then even coming out of high school into the military, that cat that I kicked off stage, the Wizard KG, he was my partner in the music thing, DJing and that kind of thing. And he said that I should tell that aspect of the story, because a lot of people that don't know the story of Public Enemy just think I'm the mean karate dude. But me and Keith was DJing while Chuck was in the audience. So we used to see Chuck, but we were the ones kind of doing the music. Then Chuck, you know, with his powerful voice came and was the MC for the Spectrum City thing, and I contributed, you know, to the music aspect also. But you know, as a youth, I just kind of meshing all of this together. So when the meetings start happening to formulate the concept of Public Enemy, and I think I was that guy that Keith's brother Hank kind of looked at and said, okay, you're disciplined, we're going to put you in charge, you can kind of road manage, you have some business sense, you can handle the money. And they'll tell you, I used to wear a money vest, you know, $20,000, $30,000 on me at all time. You understand what I'm saying? And without bodyguards. Because it was just no nonsense and we were disciplined. Of course, I carried some heat, but ain't nobody knew that.
We also had the Uzis.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you mentioned Nation of Islam. How much of the philosophy of Nation of Islam was incorporated into early Public Enemy?
It's hard to give a percentage, but you kind of figure if that's the thing that you heard that pulled you up out of the mud, then you're married to it. Yes. And you know, you never get that divorce, so to speak, because it's at your core. It becomes a part of your life. And I think a lot of people think just Nation of Islam is wearing a bow tie and suit. Yes sir, no ma'am, and selling bean pies and final calls. No, that's not the case. It's a discipline, it's a way of life. And it made me a man. Because I could have been that other dude. But I'm not that dude, for real, seriously. And I think it helped me help these brothers become men, because even when we grew up, then, you know, men sharpen men.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Let's go to James. All right. So, give us a little background.
My name is Brother James. I was one of those guys who thought he was the mean karate guy.
There's a consistent theme here, right?
As my relationship with the group, of course, started through Griff as a 14-year-old.
Coming out of Roosevelt as well?
Coming out of Roosevelt as well. The place where the stars were born.
Eddie Murphy?
Eddie, been there.
Captain Jet?
Where was you the last 20 minutes?
He just woke up.
Thing, man. I'm looking for the rest of your height.
Yeah, I came out.
Hold on. Let's go.
That's another story in itself. Y'all don't
Yo, we do this all the time.
So, you know, I came up, I started training in karate with Griff. And as a student to a teacher, it grew to a brother relationship, and we just started doing things that expanded outside of the karate. Prior to coming into Public Enemy, we used to have study groups inside of his basement, and we used to go to the different community centers and radio stations, and we had social conscious study groups. A lot of the stuff that you see the S1Ws do, the discipline and the strict diets and our beliefs and all that other stuff, it's not just a stage presence. I mean, that's just real. That's who we are. That's the way we grew up. After growing through that, Chuck, Hank, Keith, they used to do parties at this spot. Well, it started off at the Korean Ballroom, which was it was a church, right? The church had a little hall where they used to throw parties, and to make sure that everybody came there and had a good time and was safe. They came there. We provided the security. They contacted Griff, and Griff got myself, Roger, and we started developing other guys we came. We started a security force called Unity Force, and the Unity Force is kind of where the image of the S1Ws, the foundation of the image of the group Public Enemy came from. And it's just the same thing. As we protected the party, the image went on to say that Public Enemies, S1Ws, were those who were here to protect the image and the culture of Black America and throughout the diaspora. So it all grew up from that. And I was just lucky enough to be a part of it from its early stages.
Today, I mean, that's your kids back then. Grown men now. How has that original idea and philosophy still carry on in your lives today?
Again, it's the same thing. It's us. I mean, it's like when you one thing it does is it makes us better men. We don't live back. Of course, you say that we were kids back then. When I first started, I was training with Griff. I was 14 years old. I'm 46 right now, so I like to believe that from then until now that I've grown and made myself a better person based on the principles and the morals and the beliefs and just a decent life structure that I've learned at an earlier stage. And also, we've been blessed to be able to reach out and touch different individuals that also made their lives better. So it's not just stopping with myself, but we make each other better when we go out among people. We make them what we hope, even if it's just by a little kind word, making a better person.